Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports for today's Currie Cup Round 1 Team of the Week. A very interesting weekend which saw the Bulls, Lions and the Sharks get off to winning starts over whilst the Western Province, Pumas and the Griquas all lost in the first round of the Currie Cup. And I think, to be fair, early stages you've got to say that the Bulls are deservedly favourites once again to go all the way in the Currie Cup. I say once again in terms of the Super Rugby Unlocked, simply because despite going down to 14 men, they still managed to beat a Western Province side, which on paper continues to look good, but continues to underperform. And it is a massive, massive issue for John Dobson that he has to look at a side which has so much talent, has so much potential, but couldn't even beat a 14-man Bull side, without more disdain. And look, credit to Chris Smith, who was brilliant on Saturday, and was by far the best fly-off over the weekend. But it is a major issue that Western Province will continue to underperform. The Sharks, on the other hand, look, I wouldn't say they were flawless. They could definitely build on their performance, but a very substantial victory against the Pumas, whilst the Lions got away with one against the Griquas. They took the lead, and 4 minutes later they went off. In the Lions' defence, however, that early second half, they were all over the Griquas, and it really did look like the tide had really shifted in favour of the Lions. And they did look like they were starting to dominate and assert their dominance on the side. And so I think it was probably the balance of play. I think the Lions are probably better, but they were very poor for the sort of first 20 minutes of the first half. So if we're going to go into our team of the week, that is what we've got over here. So if you have a look at it, we've got 1, 2, 3 Western Province players, 1, 2, 3 Sharks players, 2 Griquas players, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Bulls players, which is about right, I think, on the balance of everything that is happening. So in the front row, I've got Steven Kitsoff and Francois Herbert as a combination. They were terrific come scrum time, and I think that it should have been a lot better for the Western Province, because they had the scrum dominance, which we thought they would. And look, credit to Trevor Nyakanu, I also thought was very good, but I just thought that these two. They did everything right. Steven Kitsoff made 10 tackles. The scrums were very good, and it was a big, vital part of the game. And I think that when you look at and you try and break down the Western Province performance, you can't really put it down to not having that sort of that front foot, because they really did have in terms of scrum time. But Hooker, I've gone with Kevin van Vuuren. A decent performance by Johan Krobelaar, but I just thought Kevin van Vuuren brings a lot of solidity and a lot of reliability in that Sharks side. He made 8 tackles, made 21 meters carried as well, and just in terms of set plays, he's very, very solid. And I think that is kind of why you see Dylan Richardson move off to the flank, because Kevin van Vuuren is just a more reliable hooker in terms of his line-out duties and his core hooker duties, as opposed to Dylan Richardson, who's very good in the loose, but sometimes struggles in terms of that. For the locks, I've gone Willem Alberts and Ruan Nokia. Particularly impressed with Ruan Nokia. I thought he continues to get better and better. I think he's definitely one to look forward to in the future. He made 14 tackles, missing just 1, and had a turnover on attack. Nothing much to speak of. 3, no meters gained, anything like that. But I just thought he was really good. And when it comes to sort of lineouts and stuff like that, he's become a decent option. Look, while Steenkamp has been preferred, obviously with the height, but Nokia is very much an option come line out time, and I thought he's just getting better and better. Willem Alberts, on the other hand, was in a very poor Lions fan, just industrious. Made the most tackles in the match for the Lions, and was used quite a lot as a ball carrier as well. So it was good to see him back, and I think his pace has lost him a bit, but he's still very large. So makes him a lock very much better option. And with Marvin Orie, there's a little bit of thud value now with the Lions, and a much more physicality. For the loose trio, I've got Marco Verstappen, Arno Boerta, and Joanna Augustus. The first two, look, I thought Gideon van der Merwe was very good. Dylan Richardson was fantastic as well. But I've gone with Arno Boerta because I thought that that Bulls, everybody had to work that a little bit harder, going down to 14 men. Marco Verstappen made 8 tackles. Arno Boerta made 13 tackles. They worked really, really hard. And they had to really work hard. And Marco Verstappen made a couple, I think it was one particularly very important steal. And that was just kind of what kept the Bulls in the game and managed to get them over. Joanna Augustus makes it for me. He was relentless in terms of always being there to carry the ball. I think it is over here, he carried the ball 14 times. So he was always there, ready to take on the ball if needed. Made 6 tackles, didn't miss a tackle. He was trying really, really hard in a Stormer side, which just wasn't really gelling. It wasn't really happening to them. So credit to him. Zach Berger, I thought, was very good for the Griquas. Was at the heart of a lot of the good things the Griquas did in the early stages of the game, which put the Lions under a lot of pressure. So credit to him, because I thought that he's someone that he's really stood up for the Griquas, and I think and made 6 tackles as well along that. But in the Griquas side, which has struggled, he's been a bit of a shining light, and him and James Verity-Am are the 2 Griquas side players that get in here as well. James Verity-Am was very good on the attack. Made quite a lot of meters, was quite solid, and quite exciting when he gets the ball. David Creel was pretty good. Warwick Lunt was good once again, but I just gone for James Verity-Am because I just thought that he was making quite a big impact there. In terms of the fly half, it has to be Chris Smith. He was so good. I mean, we were talking about it during the live watch along. First of all, it was fantastic. Thank you very much to everyone that joined us there. But and we're talking about whether he's in the conversation. We said he wasn't really in the sort of Springbok fly half conversation simply because he hasn't played enough. But he was really, really good, and a massive part of why the Bulls managed to get over the line in the end. So a fantastic performance by him. Curtly Orense, you couldn't do anything wrong, really. 2 tries, 37 meters with between 8 carries. Defensively, he actually didn't miss a tackle as well, which somebody saw is quite impressive. Made 7 tackles, so it's very solid. Cornel Hendricks, 10 tackles there. That transition from wing to centre has been fantastic for him, and he really has been bringing in 5 carries, getting him 33 meters, including a line break and a defender beaten. So he continues to impress. Jeremy Ward for the Sharks was so good. He's just very physical, brings a lot of hard work in it, and was created something out of nothing just with his physicality and his try, really. So it was very impressive stuff from him, and credit to him. He's especially since he's been given that captain responsibility, he has really stepped up. And if you look over here, defensively, he made 7 tackles, and on attack scored 2 tries. So you can't really argue that. There, Spoon Corsi came off the bench and was brilliant. You should talk about super subs. 2 tries. He was very aware, so much pace, and I think that as soon as he's fully fit, he's going to walk back into that starting lineup, obviously, and he probably will. And in terms of wings, we've got so many good wings at the moment, and he's just looking go. I mean, he's so good. He's very good in the air. He's quite physical in attack, and he's the all-around wing that you'd want. And he's such a fantastic player. It's really good to see he's back in full fitness and playing some top rugby. But there's my team. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please do subscribe as well. Smash a like on the video. We're going to be doing 5 things we learned tomorrow, and then we're into the previews for the weekend to come. Live watch along. We're looking good for the 4:30 game this weekend. I'll confirm that in the next few days as soon as all the various schedules have been sorted out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you very, very soon.